Yo, what's up, peoples? We are back, ball. So today, this week in basketball, apparently it was rivalry, rivalry week. Okay, rivalry week. I'm just go ahead and say this: Thunder and Bucks. Since when was that a rivalry? They've never been in the same conference, never in the same division. Like, what constitutes them being a rivalry? You know what I mean? Now, like Cavs and Hornets, I can completely understand that. They're in the same conference. I think they're in the same division as well, or at least in the same conference. They're in the same conference. I know that. But Thunder and Bucks was, to my knowledge, was never and has never been a rivalry at any point. But we can skip over that. I'm recording this just straight off wake up, bro. Like, I just woke up maybe like 10 minutes ago. So, my fault. Thunder and Bucks. It was more so a blowout. The lead out, like, the Bucks weren't I don't think the Bucks were ever gonna keep this close. I mean, no offense to the Bucks, but I think everyone knew that the Thunder were gonna win this. I'm sorry, but like the Bucks really had no chance. I mean, like, from the moment the game started, the Thunder instantly got out to a double digit lead. It never really got close from there. Like, the closest that the Bucks got to actually being close to this game was in the first quarter. That should tell you a lot about how this game went. That the closest that the Bucks got was in the first quarter. Because from then on, it was a double digit lead from then on. Yeah. Giannis, get out of there, bro. Get out of there, bro. Like, please, Giannis. Please, Giannis. You need to get up out of there, son. You got to go, man. The Bucks are wasting your years, man. I mean, I still think that Giannis is very much in his prime. I just think he needs to go somewhere where he's gonna be surrounded with people that's gonna help him, bro. It's just not it in Milwaukee. Like, yes, you've been there your whole career. They're the same team that brought you to the finals. They're the same team that you won the finals with. But at some point, you gotta understand, like, okay, maybe it's time for me to move on. So, Giannis, best of luck to you, man. Hornets versus Cavs. I thought this was gonna be this came before Thunder and Bucks, but it starts out the same way as Thunder and Bucks. The Cavs, they get out to an early lead. The lead was like 22 or 21 at one point. The lead even got up to like 27 at one point. But the Hornets, they kept fighting back. The first half, they couldn't hit nothing. They couldn't even throw a rock in the Grand Canyon. That's how bad it was. Like, the Cavs defense, it was more so. I wouldn't say it wasn't that the Cavs defense wasn't good. I mean, the Cavs defense was good. It's just that like they just couldn't hit. LaMelo Ball was in the first half like 0 for 9 from 3. He had like 2 points the whole game. And then in the second half, it's like a switch flip for the Hornets. They're like, okay, we understand it now. And now they're like really locked in. They a couple of times they would get it down to like in between that 10 to 15 point range. They get it down, but they never get it down enough to where it's in single digits, right? So they were on the cusp. They were on the cusp, but they could never get over that hump. And then they finally did it. And oh my, I thought they were gonna do it. Like, they took the lead, and then it was like a back and forth, bro. It was crazy, because I'm thinking, because if you just saw like the first half, I really was gonna tune out. Like, I almost tuned out of the game because I'm like, okay, at half, it's a 24-point lead at half. This doesn't seem like to get any better. But luckily, I stayed. I watched the full game. I understood that anything can happen in the world of basketball. And that's what happens. You know what I mean? Like, it was an amazing game. I had an amazing time. I thought it was an amazing game. I really thought that the Hornets were gonna pull it off though, because this would have been the biggest comeback win this season, I think, or something like that. Something had to do with the comeback. Regarding comebacks, I thought it was gonna happen. You know what I mean? Now we have Nuggets and Lakers. The Nuggets. This was happening during Rockets and Spurs. So some of these, I was writing these while watching the Spurs and Rockets game because they had there's a little ticker, the little scoreboard thing in like the corner of the screen, right? So I wrote that the Nuggets got an early. That's what I wrote. That's what I saw from the ticker, and then the Lakers brought it right back, right? And then by the time that the Rockets and Spurs game came off, it was already like late in the second quarter. It was already a close game, right? So, and then the Nuggets they basically they got it right back to a double-digit lead by the end of the second quarter, and at this point it was a Luka versus Jamal Murray game. That's what it really was. So we come out of half, Nuggets still holding on to a lead, but the Lakers are fighting right back. They cut it down to 3. It's 80-77, right? And so they're kind of like how do I put this? They're kind of like in that range where it's like they're close to taking the lead, but they don't take the lead. Like the Lakers, it was the Lakers. The Lakers were like the Charlotte Hornets, where they were close to taking the lead for so long, but then they never took the lead, right? And the Lakers, like the Lakers were holding that lead until the fourth quarter with 6:42 left to go, when it was a tie game, and I think it was some free throws that took them over. And then from then on, though, right, like from then on, from 98 to 96, the Lakers the Lakers literally ran away with it, bro. Like they were on a 16-0 run, right? And increased the lead to double digits. So I'm like, oh snap, it looks like it might be cooked, right? But then, hold on, right? Nuggets come back. They said, I got something for that. Back-to-back threes. Boom. One from I don't know who the dude was. But then one of them hit a 3, and they got a steal, and then Aaron Gordon hit a 3. So now I'm like, oh snap, we got a close game. But we did. Lakers held on to win though. I love it. I love these kind of games where it's like, oh snap, it's gonna be a blowout, and then boom, we got a massive comeback, and then we got two good teams fighting back and forth. It's like that's what I love, because that's what I love about sports. Is like you never know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like just because the first half tells you one story doesn't mean it's always gonna be the same for that second half as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now we're gonna go Rockets versus Spurs. This was really like the start of those big comeback games, right? Rockets versus Spurs, man. The Spurs coming out hot from 3. I mean, they were cashing these things, especially Julian Champagnie. Pop the court. He's falling all over the court. That's really what I think it was Kevin Harlan. He said pop the court or something like that. He said something in reference to Champagne. It was tough. I can't lie. I love Kevin Harlan, bro. That's my guy. You know, Julian Champagnie though, bro. Like this man was just green light. Oh, that thing's green. He's just catching these things, bro. I'm like, bro, am I watching Julian Champagny or am I watching Steph Curry? Like what? So, um, for the majority of the game, due to Champagne's threes, you know, and more so the Rockets' inefficiencies, because it was like they were really inefficient throughout the whole entire game. I believe, the Spurs, the Spurs, they're in the lead for the majority of the game, right? Fourth quarter comes, Rockets 9-0 run, bro. It's 92-91, bro, and they're like, it's the same thing with the Lakers and the Hornets, bro. Like they're there, but then they're not there. Like they're like, oh, you almost had to say that. It's like the not the Progressive commercial, but it's like, oh, you almost had it. I gotta be quicker than that. Oh, you almost had it. Be quicker than that. And it's like that boosted right up lead right back with 5, right? It was like 96-91, right? Now we're stuck in that in-between zone where it's like, okay, any team can potentially win this game. Who's gonna be the one that's gonna win though? That's the real question. You know what I'm saying? Then with less than 5 minutes to play in the fourth, Rockets take the lead, and then we got the Spurs taking the lead. Then never mind, the Rockets retake the lead, and what caused all of this change in the fourth quarter is Reed Shepherd, the boy out of Kentucky, I think. Hold on, let me fact check myself, because I think he went to Kentucky, but because they said Wildcat. That's the only Wildcat I can really think of. Yeah, he went to Kentucky, right? Let's look at the stat. Let's look at game log, right? So, in 22 minutes, he had 21 points, 4 assists, two rebounds, one block, 1 steal, right? Look at the game, right? Then, can I go recap? No, that's not. We go game cast. What can I do for game cast? Like, can I click on just the fourth quarter or no? Okay, I don't think I can just do just the fourth quarter, but like, y'all gonna hold on, wait, hold on. I got it. What was this? Rockets, and then it was Reed Shepherd, right? He had like I don't know if y'all can see the shot chart, but like that's Reed Shepherd. That's in the fourth quarter. Like, you see all these shots that he was making in the fourth quarter, bro? Like, this man really took over in the fourth, bro. Like, that's why it took me so long, because I just wanted to prove my point that Reed Shepherd was the X factor, bro. Like, he was hitting shots. He was showing up on defense. He had a great steal, a block. Like I said, he was just really doing it all, and that's what really helped the Rockets secure this win. I don't think they do it without Reed Shepherd, though. Let me be honest. Then we got the national championship. Hoosiers versus the University of Miami, bro. Let me say this: for it being in Miami, you think it'd be a home game for the Hurricanes, right? Because it's in Miami, it's in their home stadium, right? You think, oh, it's an easy home game. Why am I seeing 70% Indiana Hoosier fans? Why am I seeing 70% Hoosier fans, bro? Like, what is going on? What is going on, bro? Let's get into it though. Indiana, it got to a 10-0 lead, right? I mean, like Miami's defense has been, you can't fault Miami's defense. They played a great game. It's just that Miami's offense couldn't get nothing going. I mean, my goodness. I know Indiana's defense is that good, but Miami just couldn't get nothing going. And then, literally, it took Mark Fletcher to break off his longest run of his career in order for them to score, right? Then just when you think that Miami has momentum, they get a stop. Then Indiana stops them. And then it's a block spot, right? So then Miami comes back down. They score. Now it's 17. Now it's 17-14 from Fletcher again, right? You're thinking, okay, you know, we got a game. You know, let's see if Miami can get another stop. No, they can't. Mendoza, QB draw, 4th and 5. A gutsy call, and he boom, boom. He went, shot to the rim. But oh no, Miami. I was the team in the league. But I crossed the plane, though. Touchdown. I put the team on my back, though, like I'm Greg Jennings. Y'all don't know that. He said, I put the team on my back, though, like I'm Greg Jennings. Cross the plane. You can't stop me. I'm Heisman Mendoza. That's pretty much what he said. He said, I'm like that. Crazy play, though. Right? Then, Miami. They drive down the field. Right? They driving down the field. Their offense is finally going. They've been clicking, right? They got it to Malachi Tony for a touchdown. It was like a wide open lane too. I was like, what happened? Bro, you seen that it was one of those touchdown compilations where it's like it was Marshawn Lynch versus the Oakland Raiders, and he just walked in. That's literally what it looked like. It looked like Marshawn Lynch when he walked in against the Raiders. Right? So then it's crunch time, whatever you want to call it. Shout out to KJB. And and they've been going to this ball so it's like Miami's been constantly getting down to third downs, but they can't get stops, right? But they've been going to this ball for the whole game, bro. I don't know what kind of plot armor they got on this ball, but they definitely got some plot armor. Fernando Mendoza, right? Back shoulder ball to Charlie Becker is unguardable. It's straight cheese. It's like a fade to Harold Carmichael. It's like a fade to Tony Gonzalez. It's like a fade to Calvin Johnson. It's like a fade to Dez Bryant. It's like a fade to Randy Moss. It's like a fade I can't even think no more. Right? But it's like a fade ball. It's like, it's cheese, bruh. It's like kicking the ball to Devin Hester. It's straight cheese, bruh. You can't do that. That should be illegal. It's like a tush push. It's straight cheese. That's some cheese. I mean, back shoot the ball, back shoot the ball, back shoot the ball. Like, how do you even, like, my thing is, how do you even stop it? How do you realistically stop it? Because it's a back shoulder ball. You like how do you realistically guard the back shoulder ball? That's my question. How do you realistically guard that? You know what I mean? Like it's cheese because no one. I don't think I've ever seen them. I don't think I've ever seen them drop that ball. I don't think it's literally like I forgot to do that. But it's literally like what's this? Oh my god. It's literally like freaking Sean Livingston. It's like him in the mid-range. It's unguardable, bro. It's unguardable. What do you do? that concludes my rant. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Anyways, straight plot armor, you know. But it looks like Indiana's going to run the clock out. It's a 2nd and 1. But wait a minute, false start, right? Miami, they get a stop. Indiana, they kick a field goal. Miami has a chance to go down the field and take the lead to win the national championship for the first time since 2001. They're driving down the field. Then Carson Beck throws a meatball sub. He throws a meatball sub to the defense. He completely shortchanged it. He completely shortchanged it. I can't even lie. I'm gonna be honest with you though, like that was just a great coverage by Indiana, because the cornerback knew he could play shallow because he had hope over top. You know what I mean? Like if you've seen a play, like the dude played shallow because he knew he had hope over the top. And it also didn't help that it was a terrible throw by Carson Beck. And Indiana wins their first national championship. Kirk Cignetti did it. Kirk Cignetti turned the worst, most losingest franchise, most losingest college in the history of sports into national champions, bro. I didn't think it would be possible. I didn't think I'd see the day where Indiana, if you told me that Indiana and Kirk Cignetti would beat Miami in the national championship, I would have looked at you like crazy. I'm like, Indiana? Miami? Not Bama? Not Georgia? Not Texas? Not any of these other, not even Ohio State with Julian Sayin and all them. None of them. I would have looked at you crazy, man. But they did it. Then we got Mavs, and I'm gonna put these both in one category. Mavs and Knicks, Thunder and Cavs. Both of these weren't really competitive games. Mavs and their threes, they were shooting the lights out from three. It was a blowout. It was so bad that, Madison Square Garden was booing them motherfuckers. Then we got Thunders and Cavs. Same thing here. OKC, they got it up to double digits. Cavs never really get it back down. I don't really want to waste too much time on it because there's nothing to really speak about on them games. Now we got Bucks and Hawks, right? Now, this may not seem significant now, right? But when we talk about the game, this is significant. Giannis and his minutes restriction. Now, you may be, what's the minutes restriction, right? So essentially, Giannis came back from an injury. He's able to play, right? But in order for him to play, he has to go through a minutes restriction, which means he can only play a certain amount of minutes per game, which means Doc Rivers has to be smart with when he puts in Giannis and how long he puts in Giannis, because those minutes, they dwindle down real quick, bro. They dwindle down real quick, I'm telling you, right? So Bucks and Hawks, majority of the first quarter, it's a close game, right? Then the second and third quarter roll around, and the Bucks have a double-digit lead. It's not looking good, right? But then the minutes restriction kicks in for Giannis. Mind you, I told y'all about that, right? The minutes restriction kicks in for Giannis. He gets taken out. The Hawks. Now that the Bucks don't have Giannis, they start making a comeback. Due to a last-second foul in the third, the game is within single digits, 80-72. Right? Fourth quarter comes around. The Hawks, they're climbing back. It's a 1-point game now. The Hawks took the lead at one point. Then the Bucks take it right back. Then the Hawks take it back. Then the Bucks take it right back. It's a back and forth. It's MLK Day. They find their hearts out. Right? Atlanta, y'all gotta win this. Right? It's going down to the last second, bro. If you would have told me that in the second or third quarter, that, oh yeah, the Hawks gonna come back. The Hawks gonna make this a close game. I would have looked at you crazy. But the Hawks, they come back, right? It's the fourth quarter. It's a close game. It comes down to the last second. It's 112, 110. A three will take the lead. A 2 will tie. It misses. The Bucks win. Man, you really gotta go back and watch the game for yourself, though. But like, it was a great game, though. Like, I will not lie with you, man. That was a great game. It was a really great game, honestly. I really thought it was a great game to start off. So I'm okay there. I just wish that all the other games were that way. Now, we got Bears and Rams. This is a really defensive match, a defensive game. Caleb did have some costly turnovers. I will say that one of those turnovers, I think at least I will say this. At least one of his turnovers was not his fault. DJ Moore. DJ, Chicago's favorite DJ. What are you doing, man? Like, oh, I'm gonna run. I'm not even gonna run full speed on the routes. Oh, the ball's coming my way. Cam Curl can catch it. Oh, it's big. Well, like, I don't even know, man. The game was tied at half, 10-10. You know. Then we kind of, it was like back and forth, but punt, third quarter. Fourth quarter rolls around. Halfway through the fourth, Kyron Williams, he takes the lead with a rushing touchdown, right? Now, it's on the Bears. It's all on Caleb Williams, right? It's like a 4th and 10. Bro, if Kevin Hart said it best on the radio call. You had to see it to believe it, man. This man, he takes the snap. He drops back. He's running all the way back. He's swooging his way. He's swooging his way. He chucks it. It's like that's a hospital ball of all hospital balls. And it's caught. Fadeaway ball of doom and despair, and it's caught. Cole Kmet in the back of the air zone. It's caught. He caught it. Caleb Magic. I really thought right there, I was like, oh, Bears gonna win it. Then OT comes around. Rams looking on the first drive. Bears looking to win it. Looking to clinch their spot in the NFC Championship for the first time since 2010, I think. That's when Chicago's favorite DJ Moore, he's like, oh, I'm not going to run a full route. I'm not going to run my hardest on this route. Cam Curl picks it off. Rams, they drive down the field and kick a field goal. Game over. Great game, though. just kind of outshined by how, like, I will never forget that play by Caleb Williams, though. Like, despite them losing, that's crazy. Now we got passing Texans. CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud. Two of these picks are not your fault. One of them went off of the receiver's hands. One of them you got hit while you were throwing. The other two, though, four turnovers. Four picks. Four picks. Four picks. What are we doing? What are we doing, man? Four picks. Drake May, Drake May. You're not excused either, man. What is it with y'all QBs and y'all fumbling? Drake May fumble, right? The Texans, they fumbling. Stroud's getting picked off. You would think that the points off turnovers would be more significant, but because of the sheer volume of turnovers, but no. The points off turnovers were lacking, my dude. Pats win 28-16. It was just a very turnover-prone game. I will say that. Moving on, because I don't know what to say. Like, Patriots versus Texans is just very turnover-prone. I don't even understand how. Like, I don't know. Seahawks versus Niners. See, I would get it. Actually, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna get it. BTA. That's what this was. That's what this was. That's what it was. That's really what it was. BTA. BTA, bro. Like, that's what it was. That's what it was. BTA. Bills versus Broncos. This has been said before, and I will reiterate the same things. Josh Allen is the only QB where if he fails, it's not his fault. But if he wins, then it's all because of him. I can't believe it. Like, Josh Allen is the one who sold this game for the Bills. And even Josh Allen was like, yeah, I let my team down. Josh Allen can see that he let his team down. But to me, it was like, oh, no, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. His teammates. It was his teammates. It was the defense. It was the coach. It was Sean McDermott. But yeah, let's not blame Josh Allen's 5 turnovers over the course of the game. 3 picks, 2 fumbles, 3 fumbles, but 1 was recovered, so 2 fumbles. 3 fumbles, 2 fumbles lost, 1 recovered. And a costly turnover in OT. A picked off ball, which I wouldn't say is his fault, but that was a great play by the defender, right? But it's a turnover nonetheless, even though it's not his fault. I will not put it on him. But still, if you're such an elite level QB, shouldn't you be able to take care of the ball? Patrick Mahomes, elite level QB, doesn't turn the ball away all that often. Lamar Jackson, for the most part, doesn't turn the ball over that much. You know, Aaron Rodgers, elite level QB, doesn't turn the ball over very much. Dak Prescott, elite level QB, doesn't turn the ball over that much. Right? Joe Burrow, elite level QB, doesn't turn the ball over much. Josh Allen, elite level QB, turns the ball over very much. Josh Allen, you are not elite. You are not the best QB in the league. Hell, you are just barely top 5. I got Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, and Matthew Stafford. I'd even put Drake May over you. Matthew Stafford, Drake May, elite level QBs. Don't turn the ball over very much. I rest my case. Broncos. Your offense looks pretty good today. But because of that, you lose your QB. He's out for the postseason. Probably out for the whole next season. He might be. Now your turn to Jarrett Stidham. Good luck with that. The Broncos hold on to survive 33-30 due to the sheer incompetence of the so-called MVP, Josh Allen. Moving on. Rockets, Timberwolves. First quarter, both teams shooting very efficient from the three, a combined 10 of 19, and the Timberwolves lead 34-29 after the first, right? And this is after them leading for a majority of the time by them, but they just end that first quarter, right? Now, rather inefficient half from both teams on the three-point shooting side, they toned down. It seems like they're reducing to the means, right? The Rockets are only down 2 after going on an 8-1 run to end the second quarter, right? Okay. Now, here's where things get really dicey, right? We're going it's a back and forth quarter, not in the third. We're back and forth quarter. Teams taking a lead, boom, boom, boom. Timberwolves are lead 82-81, right? And here's where things get chippy. Here's where things get interesting. Because here's the thing, right? Free throws. What are they in all intents and purposes? Free throws are free points. They're uncontested shots. No pressure on you, unless you put pressure on yourself. But for all intents and purposes, no pressure, free shot, no one's guarding you. It's just you, yourself, and the rim. And the Timberwolves have a ton of missed free throws. That is what cost them this game, I will say. Is that the sheer amount of missed free throws that they had cost them this game. Let me look at this, right? I'm gonna look at this. And just to show y'all how many missed field goals, how many missed free throws they had. They lost 110 to 115, right? Let's look at this. Free throw percentage, 57%. They went 20 of 35. They went 20 of 35 from the free throw. Now the Rockets didn't do too much better. They went 20 of 34 for 59%. But they ended up winning the game, so it didn't really matter, right? But the Timberwolves, I thought it was way more. I thought they missed more than just 15 free throws. But from when I was watching the game, it looked like a lot more, I will say that. And that's what really lost me in this game, is the fact that they weren't able to knock down the free throws when necessary. And in the fourth quarter, that's what happens. They couldn't make their free throws. They really couldn't make their free throws all game, and that's what really did them in. The Rockets, even when losing Shingun to foul trouble late in the game, they still were able to hold on to win 110-105. It was a great game though, but if I'm the Timberwolves head coach, the next practice all y'all shooting free throws. We're not leaving until all of y'all hit 10 consecutive free throws. I don't care how long it takes. All y'all shooting free throws. We got Cavs and Warriors, right? Jalen Tyson. This man was going off that whole game, bro. How many points did he have? I keep going to my phone because I have the ESPN app. I can see what the stats were. So, is that how you spell Jalen Tyson? Why not? Yeah, he scored 38. He scored 38, and even assisted on the game winning shot. Right. So, relatively close game. It wasn't just a relatively close game. It was a close game the whole way, man. I'm talking about, like, it's a 62-55 game at half. Tie game with 5:40 left. 102-102. And it's like, it was then, like, the Cavs, like, okay, I'm going to say this, right? It was a relatively close game for the most of the game, right? But the Cavs would have times where they would go down by multiple possessions, but not enough to where it's like a double-digit lead, but still, it's a still manageable multiple possession game. I don't know if that explains it the best, but that's how it works. 76ers would extend the lead back to multiple possessions, but they would never get it. Like, every time the 76ers would extend their lead, the Cavs would answer right back to keep it within range. I'll say that, right? That's how the game went, right? The Cavs, they finally took a lead. Take a lead with less than 2 minutes. To go 112, 111, right? A little back and forth, and then I think it was a lob. Hold on, I'm pretty sure it was a lob. I think it was a lob. I don't know, but basically, with 4.8 seconds left to go, right? Jalen Tyson, he's had 38 points, right? Like I said, he had 38 points. He's in the paint along with Mobley, right? And like at the last second, bro dumps it off to Mobley, and then the Mobley dunks it home. It was like very last second. I kid you not, it was very last second. Cavs win 115. It was a great game though. Jalen Tyson, like I said, coming out party for him. I've been really impressed by Jalen Tyson this season. I do expect him to win something. Then this is like the last game that I really took like full notes on. I'm gonna say this because like for OKC and Houston, I didn't take many notes for it. I was just like, it was a really back and forth kind of game, and then in the fourth quarter, OKC really took control. Like it was all OKC in the fourth quarter. Then for South Carolina versus Texas, this was a game where if you went up by 5, it seemed like an insurmountable lead because that's what it was. This game, no one for majority of the game, it was either a tie game or a 2-point lead. No one had a lead for more than had the point differential was no more than 4, right? Raven Johnson, she went off. She's South Carolina star player, right? And this was a really, anytime these teams play, it feels like it always goes down to the wire. But this is a game where if you win by even 5 or more, raise the score, you know what I mean? This was like, you were in pretty good hands because neither team was really able to get to that point. But South Carolina, they hold on to win. Now, Knicks and Warriors. The Knicks they got off to an early double digit lead in the first. Warriors fall back though, right? Warriors and Knicks they go through a couple of lead changes, right? However, the Warriors lead at half. Moses Moody has been going off this game, man. Like he went off. He had hold on. Dude, I hate this. Moses Moody. How many points did Moses Moody have, bro? Because like this dude went crazy, bro. Let's look at game mode. Versus New York. He had 21 points against New York. So he was going off. Right? And you know, they have a lead going in the half. Coming out of half, they're extending that lead to double digits, right? But then the Knicks was like, hold on there, player. Hold on there, player. We gonna bring this game right back. We're going to bring this game right back to single digits, right? But then the Warriors like, okay, we see that. We're going to hand you another double-digit lead. How about that? Right? Warriors win 126-113. Yeah, it wasn't really a back and forth kind of game. But it was a good game, though. I will say that. So, yeah. That's my end of the podcast. Thank y'all for joining me. I had a really fun time. Obviously, you know, next week, you know, next Thursday, look out for the game. Not look out for the game, but look out for my, you know, my next video. I'm probably gonna start putting these out more around this time because I'm back in college. Like I said, I have a roommate. But this is where the time where he's not in the room, so I actually have time to actually film this. So yeah, expect more videos to come out around the 1 to 2 o'clock frame. So until next time, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.